Hey, what's up guys? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome back to the greatest place on the internet. Yesterday we worked on this hand here a little bit. The robo hand. It's a nice fist. Today we're going to adjust it just a little. Cat hair. We're going to adjust it a little bit, and then we're going to make a gripping hand, and then we're going to also make a juju hand. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, we're gonna make that, but it's not a juju hand. Hey, let me ask you guys a question. I have two questions that are very important. Okay, we need to find the answers to these questions. First of all, when I first transition from the intro slide to the stream, the webcam, does it show you the image that I have it set to show you? Or does it transition right to me talking? Because on my end, for a split second, it shows whatever the webcam saw before I turned on the intro slide. So I always make a dumb face and I click intro. So that's when I transition from the intro, it for a split second shows the dumb face and then goes back to the new thing. Does it show you guys that, or does it transition right to it? And then the second question, this is a medical question. I'm trying to think of a way to save time in my daily life. Babies often poop while they're sleeping. Do you think an adult human could poop while he was sleeping? Tiny saw it, so it's there. You can't... It's there, Randall. You just missed it. Because I'm thinking you could shave fractions of an hour off of your day if you could train yourself to nap while taking a dump. Just think about that for a minute. Just think about that for a minute. Hey, Blinky, I've got a hefty print job for you. It's Thalog's gauntlets and gun and hands and shoulder pads. I need to adjust the sizes before I send them to you, but if you're interested, I've got some stuff. I'm not trying to take like an 8-hour nap. I'm not gonna get a rash. I'm trying to maximize my time. That's the thing, you gotta figure it out. I don't really care what it's in, honestly, in terms of the resin. But, I mean, if you have other resin, that'll work in the... Although 25 microns isn't probably necessary for these. Probably be better off, though. Yeah, I know. Babies do it, not infants. Babies poop while sleeping. Occasionally, not always, but it can happen. I'm just wondering if you guys think, or maybe know, if a regular human could do it. Just trying to be more productive. Don't judge me. Go ahead and judge me, I don't care. Screw you guys. Kyle X. What's up, Kyle X? There we go. I like those knuckles better. Alright, so we're going to leave that hand right like that. That's our fist. Now we're going to do the gripping hand. Which shouldn't be very much work. You can judge me all you want. I don't care. You're going to be sitting there judging me, and I'm going to be over here maximizing my time by taking a dump while I'm sleeping. No, other way around. Sleeping while taking a dump. No, I don't want... You guys are clearly missing the point here. Clearly missing the point. Alright, so how we're going to do this is... We have... Oh, we changed it a lot. What's nasty? Everybody poops. Don't act like you don't. You're not fooling anyone. So what you're saying is I have to work out the timing. I'd have to fall asleep at just the right time in order for it to work. Man, it sounds like too much effort. Oh no, you know what? We don't want that one. We want the, nope. Yeah, let's use that one. Everyone poops. It's a thing. Let's not pretend we don't, alright? We're all adults here. Get a polyphasic sleep schedule instead. I don't have a sleep schedule at all, so joke's on you. I don't know what that is. I understand what poly means, but I don't know what phasic means in that. Thinking time on the toilet. You're probably right. Assuming I use a toilet? What are you trying to say? I feel like I got judged way harsher than I expected from this conversation. I thought you guys were my friends. Now I know I'm just your dancing monkey. "20 minutes at a time, 6 times a day." That's not enough. That's only 3 hours. That's not good. That would never work. You could never, ever, ever, ever hit REM sleep. You're trying to get me killed. Well, we found out Blinky's true plans. Butter me up with some prints, and then suggest ways for me to commit Sudoku. I think I'll fall for it though, because the print work has just been phenomenal. But see, that doesn't really, you don't benefit from that unless you're just really, really mean person. Like, let's just see how many people we can trick into doing this. This is my first time watching your live stream. Is it also your first time typing in all caps? Because that's generally a no-no. But thanks for being here, regardless. Guys, it was mostly just a joke about trying to take a nap while taking a dump. It was just a joke. I mean, unless somebody had some, like, hey, here's how it's done and it works, like, then I'd be, well, maybe. Do you have any scientific evidence of this actually being a thing, Blinky? Because it sounds to me like malarkey. Harsh, what's harsh? Why don't people speak in sentences anymore? I never know what the hell anybody's talking about. Hey, it's King of Legends. What's up, dude? Welcome back. We've been waiting for you. We haven't done anything since you were last here so that you didn't miss out. I've gotten 0 work done. Oh, jobs are always getting in the way of things, aren't they? They're the worst. Hey, it's Mike. Guys, last night's PUBG stream was easily the best one ever. Mike, are you in for this one, or are you not going to be able to? Jobs suck. The only good thing about jobs is not starving to death. That's the best part of it, really. Where's my knife? My knife is similar enough to... a katana handle that I can see how my hand works. Well, I have big hands, and this is a relatively small handle, so I need a bigger handle. Did I go to college for engineering? No, I went to college to be a teacher. I'm not actually done with PUBG until another game comes out. I just applied for my first job today. Actually doesn't seem too bad. First real job or first like in high school job? Fredo do potato. I like that name a lot. Engineering, definitely not. I am a well, I was licensed. It's no longer valid, but I was a licensed teacher. I went to school. I double majored in world studies type thing and education. But that didn't work. So I decided to do art full time. Instead, I don't like that you called it PUBG, because now I'm gonna say that to myself every time we play it. No, we're not done with PUBG. You just bought the game. I can't quit now. I'd feel bad about that. We're just in a dry spell. It'll be fine. Love to see some vids of the finished product of your 3D printed figures. Eventually. I've never printed a full figure because this is an entire line I'm working on, but I've done a lot of parts and things. Oh, a locally owned game store. That's hardly even considerable as a job. More like a hobby you get paid for. That sounds alright. My favorite subject, well, I always liked art, but I never really took that many art classes. I don't know, I was what you call a good student, so, I hate basically anything but literature because it's such a waste of time. Practically speaking, the skills you learn after a certain grade are almost worthless because they just make you read stuff and write stuff that's totally irrelevant. And I get that the skill is not the actual topic, but the practice of reading and writing, which is true. I mean, that's absolutely factually true, but information-wise, all the literature courses were basically devoid of value. But I like math and history and science. Alright. And art, obviously, but that doesn't really count. Electives don't count when people ask that question. I chatted with the manager about anime and fighting games for like an hour and a half, didn't even realize it was a manager. Well, hopefully you get the job there. I studied my whole life to be a stockbroker. I'm now a stockbroker and I hate it. The amount of stupid rich people is fascinating and disappointing. Even if you do what you love, a job is still a job. But you hate it, so you don't love it. I love doing this. It's still work, but I love doing it. I don't make any money doing it barely, but I still love it. You hate it, so that's kind of like you nullified your presumption. Season 6 hype. Season 6 hype for what? Army Builder Ninja? Kind of, yes. Pichu fan, what are you saying? Yeah, some teachers just suck. The ones that try to go fast. Oh, well that's fair, Fredo. That's fair. Well, I was talking about literature courses. I mean, I get the benefit of them, but compared to other things, they're not as vital. Hey, Alfonso, what's up, man? Hey, I got my Thing figure. Got it yesterday. I just opened it today. I don't know, the sculpt seems a little rough. The paint job is okay, but I don't want to take it for granted. I'm gonna make that joke in my review and people aren't gonna get it and then they're gonna bitch. But I don't care. They do indeed, Randall. They look alright. I absolutely don't watch other figure reviewers on YouTube. Well, that's because he's not a main character. I mean, he is kind of, but not really, so they don't have to worry about it. That looks like a gripping hand, right? That's pretty much what it looks like. Who are you asking about the WWE? Because if you're asking me, you're asking the wrong person. There are a few things in this world in terms of pop culture that I like less than the WWE. We need to test something. But it wasn't fast. I spent all the time yesterday and prior to that stream getting the hand made. Posing it's easy once it's like this. So don't give me credit where it's not due. Maybe you will someday be able to. Pichu. Pichu's back in Smash Brothers Ultimate. What? So psyched. Okay, let's take one of the swords. Well, if it was real life, Randall, yes. No, those figures look like they might be alright. But I'm not getting any. The new Pokemon is a bolt. I mean a nut. It's not... Let's say it's uninspired. How much different is the audio when I lean back like this as opposed to when I'm talking up here next to the microphone? Is it significantly different? Does it sound echoey when I'm leaning back? I'm gonna have to change that. Which I can't do because I already made the scabbards. I guess I can just leave it. Not echoey, but like tin can, like low audio quality type of situation. I wonder if that's close to right. Either way, I need to close the hands up a lot. Such a pain in the butt posing fingers. That's not new though, is it, Randall? I mean, I thought they announced that a while ago. Zeus, stop chewing on that. Hey, stop. Oh. What encouraged me to do this? Nothing. I wanted to do it, so I'm doing it. That's all. Nothing to it but to do it, right? Thoughts? I don't know. I was thinking, but it didn't work, so I stopped. Hey, Brian, you said you had a commission the other night when we were talking on Discord? You were talking about your vision being messed up and you had a commission. What did you get commissioned to do? If you chew one more thing, Zeus, I'm gonna detooth you. I would never do that. But I'd rather you not chew on my stuff. Do I have PUBG Mobile? No. I don't think adults play mobile games all that much. What's up, handsome? You were trying hardcore not to watch that video, huh? That one about Norman Osborn? You just really didn't want to watch it. That doesn't look great. Well, it's not too far off, actually. Well, that sounds like kind of a fun project. That looks like a good gripping hand. Let's do this, though. Let's take this. Alright, so if we take this, and then we turn everything else off, if we insert Oh my gosh, insert. That's fun. I'd like to do projects where I didn't have to paint them. Alright, close enough. Joke's on you. John doesn't get paid. John pays me. Just so he can get the extra attention in the chat. I guess it depends on how much sculpting you have to do. How am I good at this? I don't know. Practice. Studying. John, you got so roasted. John told me once that he doesn't even like the streams. He just wants to be a moderator so that he can tell people what to do and ban them. Gameplay 99. What's up? Hey, who are you calling a big shot? I don't get paid either. Oh, man. It'd be funny if it was less true. No, I'm probably going to do 2 sets of hands. I didn't want to originally, but I can't see a good way around it, so... That looks pretty good. Natural enough looking. Except the pinky's too big. That means the pinky was probably... Oh no, never mind. And then we're going to cheat a little bit since they're gripping hands. We're going to add a little extra meat to the palm. Make sure everything gets held nicely. Oh, I still need to adjust the thumb again. You subbed and liked. Thank you. Hey Zeus, you wanna come up here, buddy? Come on. Come on, hey! No, don't ignore me to chew on stuff, jump up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Say hi to everybody, Zeus. Not me, look at the camera. Not me. Don't you know what look at the camera means? All this training has gone to waste. Brian, why'd you just say what? Stop. Stop. Ooh, you okay? Lay down, please. Just lay down. Or mush my leg, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either, Brian. You didn't ask anything, to my knowledge. I hate to actually cut a hole into it like this, but it's going to be the best for holding the accessories. I'm so tired of action figures not being able to hold their accessories. I don't think that's what he was doing. I don't think he did that. Alright, since you guys are the consumer that I am trying to appeal to... Nope, you're not going over there.
Stay here, buddy. With me forever.
Oh, he just wiped his ass on the arm of my chair. There better not be anything left. Since you guys are the consumer I'm trying to appeal to, does it bother you that I plan to cut a perfect... He's sitting here so that he can attack the pen. Does it bother you to have a hole like that in the hand? Or is that okay? You have 5 full armor unicorn RDs. I think I have one of those, don't I? Did I get one of those? I think I did. If not, give me one. What are you getting, comfy? Ugh. Zeus. Zeus. You're too big for this. Are you guys all just making jokes, or are you actually answering the question seriously? You okay? That's a big jump for you. Hey, how about we answer my question before we move on? That'd be great. Move on to other topics. Yeah, I don't think it'll be a problem either, but you never know what people are going to find irritating or whatever, so... You need to get some input from other people as well. And the trick I did with the sword handle is it's technically just a circle that's been cut off. So it'll fit in the hand perfectly. You know what, John? If you don't like it, too bad. There, that's pretty close. Hey, I need a War Greymon. Hook it up. Uh-oh, that's not gonna work. Well, I guess it will. No, it won't. That'll be loose. I was hoping the front, well, the front and back should be enough to hold it. But that way you can rotate it also and it'll still work. Or, I wish I had a katana. Do I have it? I know what. I'll be right back. Okay, this handle's a little bit more practical. See, I have big hands, but my hands wrap all the way around the handle. I'm thinking a katana handle is pretty close to this size too. I haven't held a katana in a long time, but that seems... Okay. All right. Let's move these fingers around. ZBrush is busy right now, so I can't open it. There we go. There we go. That's a little bit more practical. If I wrap all the fingers around a little farther, it'll work mo better. Problem solved. Mission saved. Yeah, the pinky doesn't. I wish I had a katana. My brother and my dad have katanas, but they are in Ohio. Yeah. I think I'm gonna order one eventually. They'll give us a new one eventually. Just not for a while. I honestly don't think people are going to be paying that much attention to the fingers, but you know the drill. I can't help myself. I have to do things the right way, the best way I can do it. Time Patroller Trunks is such a garbage figure. I'm thinking this will give it enough grip. Even the pinky's gonna catch it. Yeah, that'll hold it. That should hold the sword, no problem. Hey, Alexis La Pena. Thanks for being you. There we go. That looks good. And functional. You know what, we could even cheat a little bit more, because practically speaking, my fingers do touch my thumb pad, my thumb palm thing. So we could pull this forward. No, because there's no way of telling what they're going to re-release or make new versions of. And there's nothing to indicate that they're going to make new versions of everything. So I wouldn't risk it. That looks good, right? Sorry, Victor. All those jokes were made last night. Yeah, Piccolo 2.0 is Piccolo 2.0 and Cell 2.0 are what we need most. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get a new Cell, because right before we got a new Vegeta, what happened? Who remembers? Show of hands. They repainted Vegeta. So I would not be surprised if they did that with the plan of making a new one. Exactly. I know what you were talking about. But then Victor asked about 2.0 figures. Alright guys, I think we have our gripping hand. I need to fill in these gaps, but I can do that another time. I hope that's an accurate size for the sword. I know how to test it. So Brian, with all of those War Greymons, are you able to build one that doesn't have screwed up parts? Or did you modify all of them to the point where you couldn't kit bash a regular one together using the parts? Four whole complete ones? Like original, non-modified? No, give me all the parts so I can build one. That's probably pretty close to the size we'll go with for the hands. That makes the sword too big, I think. I can't do that. The sword has to be smaller. So we have to go back and shrink this sword hole in the hand. Because the sword's gonna be much smaller. No, I don't want to buy one. Oh, you probably never saw it with the new crotch armor and everything. They have not done Reddits. I've reviewed all of them. Just check my channel. Okay, so I have to shrink this sword. Which is not a big deal. The best thing I could do is actually make the hands to fit the sword. Because the sword already is connected to everything. What don't you like? Okay. So what we need to do is make the hand fit the sword, because the sword is the right size. Pain in the butt. Everything's a pain in the butt. Okay. Why can't I get these rotations to rotate the way I want them to? That's really close. Oh, I don't need them to line up. I just need it to be the right size. Okay, let's do that. Alright, that looks good. Alright. Fist hand is good. Or gripping hand is good, give or take. Okay. That only took an hour and 12 minutes. That's not too bad. And that's the only one that really matters. The other ones we can just pose however we want. Thanks for spoiling the show, John. Nope. Yeah, you told me basically that Goku Black is Zamasu. That's how I'm gonna pronounce it. You spoiled it. Alright, gripping hand. Done. That's no spoiler. That's no spoiler. Why are you talking like Mario all of a sudden? It's me, Mario. Okay. So now we need to do... I want to tweak... some stuff. You ruined it. They're still not done dubbing that show. I find that frustrating. Oh, you know what? I want to, since we spent the most time getting this hand to look right, look, I guess I could go with the fist too, it doesn't really matter, but I want to use it as a baseline for the other one. No, there's not going to be a top 10 Figmas for 2018. Did they even release 10 figures this year? I certainly didn't buy them. That can't happen. Yes, I could. That's the plan. Genji's probably the best figure I've ever owned. I still get people complaining to me about that review. I do hate it when you wake up. Gotcha. No, not Goku Black. Genji. The one we were talking about. Okay. Nope, not articulated fingers. These are 1/12 scale figures. There's no way that would work. Alright, what kind of hands would you guys think would be ideal? Obviously we have a fist hand and a gripping hand. Do we need a relaxed hand, or should I make it more of a style posed hand? I'm kind of leaning towards that. I'm not sure we need a super casual hand. Then the question is, what pose? Hey, Blinky! You're back. No, I'm not a 12-year-old. We're not going to have a middle finger hand. That's so awesome that that squirrel comes around and lets you feed it and everything. Yeah, that's a separate thing. I'm gonna do that still. I was thinking about making a hand kind of like the spider. Well, you know what? I don't have. If I do a hand kind of just like this, it'll be good for like a dynamic, like throwing a weapon or just a martial arts pose. But they could also like put it down like they're touching the ground in like a Iron Man pose. So I think that's what I'll do. Lots of burps. Yeah, John, go to her Instagram. Do it. The squirrel's awesome. I said that in kind of a weird way, but it's true. Because you know ninjas like to put their hands on the ground when they take a cool pose, so I need to make sure we have that option available. And it's gonna be easy to pose, like I'm almost done with it. When I was a little kid in one of the houses we lived in, there was a squirrel that came around to the back sliding door, like it was a glass door next to the dining room, and we would slide it open. He wouldn't come in, but he would sit on the deck, and we could feed him like saltines and peanuts and stuff. I'm gonna make swoosh effects, Randall, don't worry. You know I got you covered. I got you, boo. See, I'm thinking just like that. That way it works for like a style pose hand, but you could also pose it with him like touching the ground, kind of like in a 3-point stance type thing. That makes sense? Or am I thinking crazy talk? And I don't want to curl the fingers too much because then it would look weird. Like the pinky. Maybe we'll curl it a little bit. We'll bend it like just a little at the middle knuckle. Oh, you know what I could do also to help? I'll bring these two fingertips forward. Oh, that is not. There we go. Oh my gosh. There we go. That's like your classic generic pose that they do for superheroes, so I think that'll work. Heck yeah. Man, I so hope this ends up going through on Kickstarter, because I want to own these. I want everything to work out for my financial needs, because I need to make a living doing this. And also, I just want to own it. I think they're gonna be super cool. See, like that's pretty much all you need. Like I think that's a good pose for that hand. John, you're so delayed. Stop being so delayed. Damn it, my hand's too big for the screen. I can't compare. No, not if I get the funds from Kickstarter, you'll buy a figure. You have to buy the figure through Kickstarter. That's how it works. If you don't buy it through Kickstarter, it won't get made. Thank you for saying it looks good, but we need to be very clear about how this is going to work. If it doesn't go through on Kickstarter, you won't be able to buy it. Gonna need your support on Kickstarter. You don't have to try to support. If you're gonna buy the figures in the first place, you just buy them and support at the same time. That's all. It's all one thing. Yeah, Randall, you're right. I don't think that counts as self-promotion, John. John, stop trying to ban people. He says it's a joke, but he's probably got your name pulled up ready to ban you anyway. He's been driven mad with power. Everybody knows ninjas are known for using finger guns. Deadpool's not really a ninja, though. I just said Deadpool's not a ninja. What part of Deadpool makes him a ninja? Just because he uses swords? That doesn't make you a ninja. He's not trained as a ninja. He doesn't use ninjutsu. Ninjutsu. Said it wrong. Yeah, Deadpool's loud. Very, very loud. He's not a ninja. Well, you almost spelled it right. It doesn't look half bad. But I need to redo this. Hey, buddy. Was Deadpool too good? It was okay. It was so... They did so many things that just weren't good. I didn't like it anywhere near as much as the first one. I did a review on it. Not like Ready Player One where I thought I did a review on it and never did. I actually did this time. Feisty Ferret Productions. Whoa. The heck of a username. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Well, not only that, Randall's not wrong about that though. It's some of the key features that were marketed as like plot points are not. I thought so too, but nobody could find it, so I didn't even bother looking. Oh, you know what? I don't want it touching there. I want it... What do you guys think? This pose or this pose? I think this one with the thumb back. It gives it more of like a style-y thing. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, but we've already established that you're not a good judge of movies. Because you say things that just are totally wrong. What movie was it that you said was good? I think you said you liked Suicide Squad, didn't you? I swear you did. And we can't tolerate that kind of nonsense. My review on what was San Diego? Everybody seems to think I had a review of that movie, including myself, yet nobody can find it, so I don't know. Ready Player One was great. Objectively. Not perfect, but great. Well, liking something and saying something's good are two different things. It's perfectly fine to like something that's not good. People don't get that these days. They conflate the two, diluting both. Killer Croc looks so stupid in that movie, don't even get me started. John, you're gonna miss our PUBG stream when we kick everyone's ass in that game because it's a good game and we're good at it. Yeah, Killer Croc's not supposed to be some kind of thug. That was such a joke. As John likes to say, he's not supposed to be a SoundCloud rapper. It wasn't silk, it was velour. I used to have a tracksuit that was made out of velour. It matched a pair of shoes I had. This was high school. It looked awesome, but I wouldn't wear it nowadays. Shoes had velour, or they were suede, but they matched the velour, and they also had wood grain panels on them. They were awesome, but not my style these days. Kinda miss those. I don't know, I had a lot of toys. Especially since I had a twin brother, so we got essentially double the gifts since we could share at like Christmas time or whatever. One of my favorite toy action figures was an Iceman. I talked about it on my channel in the past. I don't know, man. I had everything essentially, like Power Rangers. I mean, not everything from every line, but a little bit of everything. Beast Wars. Beast Wars are up there for sure. He wasn't a dumbass completely. Yeah, the AOA Iceman. The one I made 2 customs based on. I made 2. I like the second one more. Well, I don't know. I like the first one a lot. But the second one had some different attachments and things. Oh, and lots of Legos. I'm thinking that's not going to be very moldable. I'm going to have to pull this finger in some. What if I did this? Yeah, that'll work. I think that should work. Looks good enough to me. Alright, let's save it. So we now have the fist hand, the gripping hand, the juju hand, and then style pose hand. Do we need any others for now? I don't think we do. I don't think we do. I think that's enough. Now I want to try something. Hey yo, Eric Wong is now a subscriber. You're the man, Eric Wong. Yeah, karate chop hands are not necessary at all. Let's see if this works. Kind of expecting it to not work, but Hmm. That might work. Well, let's just try it here. No, let's go back. Well, let's just try the fist. Oh, man. Why is that one not catching now? What the heck? Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to use the robot hands. I'm gonna have to redo it, and then I'm gonna have to redo all the posing, and then sculpt it out. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. I think we might take a break from hands before I do that. We got 4 hands done, 4 sets. That'll work for now. I'm gonna have to go back to this file. Oh. Go back to did I not save it? I had to have saved it. Hey, Void Games, what's up? Fist hand, style pose hand, that hand. Oh, that's the one. But I didn't. Oh no. I have to have it. John, I need context. There's a delay, and wait why isn't enough for me to know what you're talking about. Let's see if I can... Oh yeah, I can undo. That's what my plan was. That's right. Yeah, I forgot. They had put almost none of the content out, so it wasn't that big of a deal. I was in almost none of it. Because in order for me to use the robot hands, I have to smooth them out and then resculpt them, and I don't want to do that. So what I want to do is I want to get the hands posable like this, so that all I really have to do is smooth them out and clean up the details. It's going to be way easier than sculpting 5 fingers on 4 different hands. This will allow me to pose them, which is fairly easy, and then smooth them, and then just kind of run the finger cracks. And some fingernails, but I'll probably even do the fingernails on here. It'll make it much easier for me. And the idea is to do it not the most work possible, but to do the right work. Funny things are, yeah, we went out to a bunch of clubs one night because there was all these different New York Comic Con parties that all these different companies were hosting and whatever, and it was stupidly loud. One of them was the club itself had like 2 different stories, one on the ground floor and then one in the basement, and it was just jam-packed full. It was like some kind of cosplay party, so I didn't mind. It was alright, but it was so freaking loud. It was so loud. And then the one girl that was there, I was talking to her, and we were sitting on a pool table, or like leaning against a pool table, and she spilled like a whole bunch of different drinks. Not at different times, but at one time on the pool table, and the people at the club got pissed off. It was like, maybe you should have some place to set your drinks. It's not our fault somebody stacked a bunch of drinks there. So that was kind of funny. Otherwise, oh, I got food poisoning while I was there, so that was kind of funny. Yeah, John, I mean to make the human hands. See, it'll be easier if I go from something like this rather than the robot hand, so I can pose this around, then smooth it all out, and it'll work. It'll work. I think I do need to thicken up the fingers though. At this rate, we want to split them like this again. Yeah, everyone that I was talking to was like, we're not club people. This is stupid, but I mean, it's what we it's what we had to do, so we did it. There was nothing better to do. And then that same night, we ended up, the whole group of us, not the people that were from Mega Bloks, but the people that they brought in. So like me and the Green Skull and Daniel Cross and Danielle. I can't think of her name. Danielle something or other. She goes by Panzer. Anyway, the 4 of us. Is that 4? That's 4. We ended up staying out until like 4 a.m. We went to, what was it? Some restaurant. Like, they happened to be open really, really late. But the cops came and were yelling at a homeless person for being in the restaurant. What restaurant was that? I don't remember. Yeah, it was a fun time. I mean, I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed myself there. Contrary to popular belief. I actually do enjoy human interaction. It just has to be the right kind of humans. Do I still talk to any of those people? Nope, I wasn't cool enough, I guess. They're all video game people, and I'm an action figure maker, so we all got along fine. I got along pretty well with Danielle, but I guess not that well. I talked to her a little bit afterwards, but that was about it. I mean, I knew some of the other people that were there, but I don't really talk to those people. The ones I hung out with, I met there, but I talked to them a little while after, but that was it. So, yeah, no real friendships. I mean, they'd know who I was if I contacted them, but it's not like I expect any of them to ever contact me. So, wouldn't say friendship or anything like that. Which is unfortunate because it'd be nice to make some friends in the industry of YouTube. But I don't suspect that's gonna happen anytime soon. I noticed you never reviewed the sets they gave you. They didn't give me any sets other than the ones I reviewed. And I did review an Assassin's Creed one, but the rest I gave away. What are you talking about? I don't want to do this process for more hands. I'm getting it started, but I don't... Maybe tomorrow I'll be re-energized to do hands again, but I don't want to do it at all right now. This track is really annoying. I never noticed how annoying it got. Holy crap. I don't know how much you guys can hear the music, but that was a bad one. Well, it's just that I'm not going to be friends with any of the action figure people for a variety of reasons. I think most of you can guess what they might be. So it'd be nice to have friends in the gaming world, but it didn't pan out that way. My channel was like, I only had 50,000 subs at that time, so I'm sure they thought I was a joke. Now I have more subs, but that's about the only thing that's changed. It was the one with the horses and the chariot thing. Maybe it wasn't a chariot. It was like a covered wagon, maybe? It had like weapons that popped out. But most of the stuff that they gave me was, I ended up doing giveaways. And then the Pokemon stuff I got from Mega Constructs, more recently, that had nothing to do, like that's a whole different group of people. And those weren't for review, those were only for speed builds. Now John is speaking like the random people that pop up and post one-word conversations by themselves. What the heck, John? Alright, that looks pretty good. So let's call this one, let's rename this. Not Robo Hand, this one's gonna be called... Does this keyboard not have a delete button? There it is. Human Hand. We'll just call it Human Hand. What did you end up doing with those anyway? I sold them. Some guy in England bought all the Pokemon Mega Construct sets that I speed built. Nope, not Organic Hand. I'm not accepting that. We need to rotate the thumb a little. I don't know what you call it. It was bigger than a cart. You don't sit in a cart. It was some kind of wagon, like you have the horse driver, the guy that sits in the front and has the horses. You know, that kind of thing. I'm pretty sure I reviewed it. I know I filmed it, maybe I never uploaded it. That's possible. Alright, so the good thing is we don't have to mimic the pose exactly for any of these, but we could. But you know what, before we even do that, let's go ahead and put a fingernail on each one. I think we can cheat. Since these are going to be really tiny anyway, it doesn't really matter how it looks. As long as it's there. Salmang Lam Thai Song. That's an interesting name. So if we do something like this, we're gonna just mold our fingernails right onto the thing, and it'll be close enough. I think it'll work. Oh, but I need to put these all together again, damn it. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, I know I filmed it, but something could have happened where I didn't end up uploading it. No, I don't know, I can't help you. I don't know, if it's not there, it's not there. I don't know what would have been the case for me to not upload it, unless I just forgot or something like that. Whoops. Straight lines, woo! There we go. Now, if I have any luck at all, those fingernails will stay in place at least a little bit when I pose the hand and then smooth it out. I'm guessing they won't, though. Yeah, maybe a little. Well, it's not going to hurt to have them there, so we'll leave them. Okay, so let's go ahead and pose the dynamic action pose. I'm not doing gloves. Never was going to do gloves. I know someone mentioned that at some point about just doing gloves and not doing 2 sets of hands, but that's not doing that. No. Talked about painting the regular hand silver at one point, but then, so that I didn't have to make 2 sets of hands, just not painting, but mold them in silver and mold them in flesh tone, but then the fingernail issue was an issue. Somebody mentioned gloves, so I probably talked about it at one point, but I never had any intention of doing gloves. Don't want to have too much paint. These hands can pretty much just be molded and they'll be good. Whereas if I did gloves, that would increase the cost. And it's not necessary. My most viewed video by far, well actually I don't know if it's caught up yet. It's either the 15 pounds of fodder I can just post a link real quick. One of them's terrible and old. I shot it on my old-ass shitty cell phone, and I was opening a box of figures, and I didn't... Like, it wasn't even in frame most of the time. I didn't know what I was talking about at all at the time, but it gets a buttload of views for some reason. Because YouTube's algorithms. And then my other one, it's one of these two, anyway. The other one is my super cut of my Akuma statue. No. Not. I can just post the links since he's too lazy to look it up. It's literally on the main page of my channel, though. Alright, it's one of these two. I don't know which one it is, for sure. Well, I mean, I guess I could do that, but then I'd have to have no finger nails, so it doesn't work. There's no benefit to it. Oh, that's not gonna work. Hang on. You might hear the video start to play. I'll try to stop it in time. Or you might hear an ad. Alright, so one of the videos is this. And the other video it's actually really low. Is this one. Which, okay, so I think the Akuma one is the biggest then, because this one only has 2 something. 2 million. How much money does 3.1 million translate to? That's over the entire course of its lifetime. I don't know. Not a lot. I don't know. I can't. I mean, I might be able to. No, I closed the window. I'd have to look it up. I mean, I could figure it out, but I don't have any idea. Let me put it this way, guys, and I'm not exaggerating so that people give donations or anything like that. I don't know a single person who would choose to live off the amount of money I make. I'm choosing to because I get to do what I like, but I am not making an amount of money on YouTube which any normal person would consider a reasonable income. About Tree Fitty? These hands have like a Street Fighter-esque vibe, which is good because that's kind of the same vibe the whole action figure line is getting. So I like that. Alright, let me save this now. This is human hand style pose. Let's see if we can get the jutsu one going. Oh, we need to do the fist. We'll do it later. No, it's rude to ask somebody like that kind of question, but it's whatever. I'm used to it, and I understand that my job is not the kind that people are used to, so people are curious, so it's fine. You might not have meant it to be rude, but it's the same. It's in the same vein as asking a woman how old she is or how much she weighs. It's one of those type of questions. That's all. It comes back tonight. What are you talking about? Oh. Oh. Is that what the 350 thing is from? Or am I combining two things? Because I know the 350, the 350 thing is some kind of meme, right? I think it is. Well, we know there are double standards, Randall. We're not going to get into that. No, I understand, Nick. That's why, like, I'm not offended. It's just technically a rude question. You know? Like, if you asked how much I weighed, like, I wouldn't be offended. It's just one of those things you don't generally ask somebody how much they make as a rule. Especially when it brings up such a sore topic for me, which is that I don't make any money. I'm telling you guys, I'm not exaggerating. I have sacrificed living a normal life so that I can do what I do for a living. I'm okay with it, I'm not complaining, but YouTube is not glamorous unless you're getting millions of views per month. I get around 1 million. You need to get millions. More than a couple, more than a few. Especially nowadays. I'm making, plus the way YouTube cut out everybody's money out, I'm making less now on YouTube than I was when I had 50,000 subscribers. Really, really good situation. Makes me very happy to think about it. Well, I only bring it up because somebody brought it up first, but also because I think it's kind of an interesting thing. And I know people don't generally, like, get the whole YouTube thing. Show some titties? I don't think that would work in my case. Yeah, but you're also referencing people who are posting things on Snapchat, so that's not exactly a good baseline, you know what I mean? Like, those people aren't the ones you should be using as an example for how things are done. You had 50,000 subscribers. I have more than double that now, almost triple that. I don't understand what you're asking me. I did have that. I had to have that to get to where I am. Mostly because of math. Yeah, now I've resorted to bearing my knees on the internet for money. Oh, that sounds so freaking weird. And it's just a joke, but people that don't know what's going on don't get it. And they're going to be like, what? This guy's a freaking weirdo. And I'll be like, yeah, but he just asked me to see my knees occasionally. I changed it. Changed it on you, Trimp. Nope, you don't use that peak for that saying. When you say I've peaked, it literally means you've come to the top of your game. You've peaked. You're at the peak. The other peak is a different thing. Come on, Trimp. No more money, what? Who the hell's Greg Paul? I've never heard that name before. What the heck? That's not what that means either. Irritated. Who said that? Oh, that's something I really couldn't care less about, especially if it involves the pulse. I've had people criticize my hands on my reviews. Oh, the internet, man. Such a wonderful place. The hardest custom I've ever worked on? That's a good question. I've worked on a ton of hard ones. Hey, speaking of hands, I'm sculpting some right now, so if that's your thing. Where are the tips? Oops. So are you guys in for PUBG again tonight, even though it's going to be miserable? No, you know what? It's going to be awesome. Stay positive. That's not what I wanted to do. Oops. I know, there's a bunch of them, or it might all be the same company for all I know, but yeah, they stole my video, I'm gonna put it that way, a long time ago, and they've been using it for forever. There's nothing I can do about it. No, my dad was into, when he was a kid, he did like model trains and stuff. Action figures didn't exist when my parents were kids. Unless you weren't asking me. In which case it might make more sense. Those weren't action figures. No, the 2-foot doll G.I. Joes were around when I was a kid. Not when my parents were kids. Obviously, my mom is a woman, and most women don't collect action figures. Statistically speaking. There are a few cool ones, but most of them don't. Every single thing I do, Carlos, watch my videos, read the comments, you'll see. And the hardest custom I ever worked on, I don't know, let me think here for a second. I've worked on a lot of hard ones. The gargoyles ones are involved, but not necessarily hard. Maybe Nightmare Luffy, since it had the weird proportions. Oh, you know what? It's 9 o'clock. It's time for me to go. We're gonna go eat some ramen, and then we'll be back in about an hour. Can I spell? Yeah, I can. We'll be back in about an hour to do some PUBG. Get ready, guys. Get ready for the PUBG. Hey, we got a lot of work done tonight again. That's awesome. Alright guys, have a good evening. We'll be back in about an hour if you want to play some video games with us. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks again for being here, guys. Stop looking at people's hands.